Hey, what's up? Let's talk about templates. Um, Templates actually are really useful. They helps us to reuse some part of code, or for example, to reuse some functions, classes, and etc. What's a what's the main point of the templates is it enables us to use different types, for example, string, integer, and doubles, and give these variables to the same function. For example, in C++, when you create a function, you need to explicitly define the type of the integer or the string. But when you use a template, instead of writing integer or string, you will write something, the template's name, and then you can reuse the same code for different types. That's it. It's very simple. It's very easy, but that is very powerful. Let's try to code it. Very simple example. A function which adds two variables. So here we have to define a template function. We will define it by using a keyword template and brackets and class and the name for the type, the new type, which can vary, and closing bracket. So we define here a type, and again the type of the second variable, and in the return we will just add A to B. So let's try to run and let's try to see very simple example. By the way, how do we call it? It's also very tricky, interesting. We first use brackets and curly brackets, and then we will just use as usual. So if you run it, so yeah, it says 3. Let's try to run it with double. 1 3 and 2 5. It has to be 3 8. Yeah, so as you can see, it works pretty fine, correctly. Let's try a bit more complicated type, which is string. A B. Yeah, so as you can see, world, it can add even strings. Yeah, that was pretty simple example. But how, like, what can we do else with it? Let's try to a bit more complicated expression. I mean, not complicated, but not via the expression which is not used in some of those expressions. For example, 2 times A plus. If I run it like this, C++ gonna show an error saying that string cannot be multiplied by 2. But what if we try to comment it out and try to run it? Yeah, everything works fine. So it depends on which types you're gonna use for this function. It's gonna show an error if that cannot be reused for that particular defined function. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again soon.